Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Get my camera all situated here. Woo, it's time for another Make It Monday. Get all my extra stuff closed out here. I've got a window open that I don't want open to interrupt my stream. I'm live. How's everyone doing? I hope you had a great weekend. Whoops, there. Let's go back. There we go. Getting everything all set up so that we don't have technical difficulties later. As you're popping on, please tell me hello and let me know that you're watching. That way I know all my technology is working really, really great. Oh, there are a few people watching. Hi, Robin and Denise. So glad that you could join tonight. I'm really excited for my project this evening. I am rolling out another stamp class that you, I think, are going to absolutely love, and I can't wait for you to see what I have in store. Hey, Sharon and Joan, thanks for joining. Hope everyone is doing great this beautiful Monday evening. John and I had a really great weekend, and it was kind of hard to get back into the swing of things today. We have been really enjoying the Wisconsin fall weather on the weekends and getting outside and enjoying ourselves. And it's just been fun, and it's really hard to get up when your window is cracked and it's nice and cool in your bedroom and you've got flannel sheets to want to get out of that bed. Whew, that's so hard. But I made it out of bed. I made it through the day, and here I am ready to stamp with you all. Hello, Jody and Sherry and Betty and Shar. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Now, I'm not going to be able to keep up with these comments soon enough. They fly through my screen really, really fast. So if I don't say hi to you, please don't take offense. I just may not have seen your comments scrolling really, really fast. So I'm really glad that you could join me tonight. When you pop on, please make sure to say hello. I love it when you tell me where you're watching from, and I have noticed a few new names scrolling on my screen. I really love it when you tell me if you are a new viewer to my channel. I really love to connect with all of you, and so many of you return, and we've had a chance to connect. Every week in my live stamping, I do a little get to know you question, and I have been having so much fun learning about my returning viewers, and I love to know about my new viewers too. So if you're new, please let me know that you're new here. Plus, I do prizes, and so when you comment and tell me that you're watching and where you're from, or that you're new, or you answer the get to know you questions, that enters you for a prize drawing, because I do a prize drawing for everyone who has watched my video. But the only way for me to know that you watched is for you to say something. So if you're watching the replay, even if you say replay, that gets you entered to win the drawing. So don't be shy. Connect with us here and type something in the chat. I love that. I also give away prizes for sharing each week. So if you would just pause for a minute and click that share button. It should be underneath me if you're watching on Facebook, also on YouTube. That's where the share button is. And share that on your social media page. You really, really help me out when you do that, because you help to get those Facebook algorithms going, and you help me get creativity in other people's feeds, which is something I am so passionate about. So if you're wondering how you can help support me and my stamping and my small business so I can continue to inspire you, hit that share button, and I give away prizes for everyone who shares too. So make sure you comment shared so that I know everyone who shared. All right. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. My name is Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. I love simple, stunning cards, and I am here to help you inspire your creativity. So I show you lots of neat little easy tips and tricks to make your stamping easier, and I promise that everything that I make on my videos is something you can duplicate and make at home. That is my goal. I want to make sure that everything I make is something you can make no matter what your skill level is as a stamper, whether you've been stamping for 30 years or 30 minutes. I want you to be able to make it at home too. That's my goal. If you are new to any of my online spaces, you should know that I have a YouTube channel. I've got over 100 videos there. And so if you're watching me live on YouTube, or even if you are watching me live on Facebook, you can just go to YouTube and search for Rose Grunwald or Country Cards by Rose, and my page will come up. And then you should like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll have all of my handy video tutorials in one place. And of course, make sure you follow my Facebook page so that you don't miss a thing from me. I post all sorts of promos, and you don't want to miss out on any of the specials and promos I have going on. Like tonight, I'm offering a free card kit, and you're going to want to know how to get that and all the details. So make sure you follow my page for that. Okay. That's all. I have so many notes, and I thought of so many get to know you questions. I'm super excited for that tonight. I'm going to flip my camera around and do some prizes. I think we all love prizes from last week's live. Let's flip this around. Okay, now these cards might not look familiar to you because I made them in a cards and bingo event that I had at the end of September. And whoops, got a little note card in there as to the size. We had a lot of fun, gave away a lot of prizes, and these 3 cards is the prize I'm giving away for my viewers. And again, for me to know that you are viewing, I got to see a comment. The winner of this is Sherry Martin from Warrens, Wisconsin. I think she told me she was from. And I think I saw Sherry watching tonight. Yep, there's her name on there. So congratulations, Sherry. These cards are yours. Now, after the live, I will post a link for you to claim this prize, and then I'll have your address and I can mail it out to you. So congratulations, Sherry. Now, for sharing, the big prize that I give away every week is for sharing, because that's what I'm most excited about when you share my videos. That really, really helps support my small business. They're both great to comment and watch and share, but sharing really helps get the word out there. So I'm giving away a package of these gorgeous opal rounds. You can see that they shimmer and shine, and they're absolutely beautiful. And the winner of that is Karen Drain. So Karen, you are the winner for sharing. I think I saw Karen on here too. So congratulations, ladies. I have last week's prizes to give out too, and I will get those in the mail tomorrow. Robin asked, are you doing another bingo event? I hope to do another bingo event, Robin. I'm thinking it might be coinciding with Celebration. So look for it in like January, February. When we do it in Celebration, you get more stuff because when you order the class, you qualify for more products. So it's just super, more beneficial to you. So, okay. Okay, tonight, you guys might recognize this paper. It is the pretty, what was it called? Peaceful Prints paper from Celebration. I've got a couple extra pieces of cardstock in here. I don't know why. Set those aside. So do you remember all these fun patterns? And they coordinate with that deer punch. Okay, this is right up my alley. All of these beautiful patterns. I am stamping with this paper tonight. That's what we are going to use on our project. And for those of you who place an order with me this week, first come, first serve while supplies last. With the card kit that I'm making tonight, you will get a quarter pack of this paper for free with a $35 order so that you can make the cards that I am making here tonight. So super, super excited to be offering that. We are also stamping tonight. We're stamping with the Christmas to Remember stamp set. I have been using this like crazy. Of course, it coordinated with my recent class to go that I just closed out. But it's really, really great for some generic sentiments. There's 9 stamps in here, and I have been using the heck out of this stamp set. So I've got a really simple card for you tonight, but it is gorgeous, and it is a perfect kind of stamp-a-stack card where you can make multiples at once. So we've got a few layers going on here. All right, we've got some real red, and this is just a piece of cardstock that I've cut in half. So your dimensions on this card base are 5.25 by 8.5, and your finished card will be 5.5 by 4.25. And then we've got a layer of basic black, and that is 5 by 3.75. So nothing too nothing too complex about this layer, 5.75. And then out of your designer series paper pack, you're going to want a piece that is 4.75 by 3.5. Now I saw this technique by Jackie of Stampin' Stampers, so I am stealing this idea from her. I think you're going to love it. Okay, and then we've got a couple layers for the inside that are basic white, 5.25 by 4. So these are just for the inside. We're gonna make 2 cards tonight, but in my free class to go, you will get enough supplies to make 8 cards. So you'll get the card base, you'll get the matting, and you will get the inside layers. While supplies last, you'll also get a 1/4 pack of this Peaceful Prints paper, and there's a punched layer here. You will get a punched layer in your class, and when you'll get all of that for free with a $35 order from my online store. So more details kind of coming up about that. With a $50 order, you will also get a package of this linen thread. So these are the cards you'll get to make in my free class. Exactly how we're making them tonight. But of course, while supplies last, you're getting that 1/4 pack of Peaceful Prints paper, first come, first serve. If I run out, you'll just swap it with whatever designer series paper you have on hand and make this card with whatever designer series paper you have if I run out. But listen, I've got a lot of packs of that paper, so I'm not too worried about running out. Okay, now I'm going to get out my trimmer here. What I have done is fold and burnish my card base. Real red, so I just folded that in half. We've got our layer here, and now we've got this designer series paper piece. Now, on your paper trimmer, we've got this cutting ditch right here. This is where our scoring blade and our cutting blade swipes through here to make a nice crisp cut on our card. What we need to do is line up our opposite corners in that cutting ditch so that we cut a diagonal right down the center like that. And we end up with 2 pieces. Okay. Now we're going to switch this and we're going to line these up. Now, if you need a little help lining them up, what I have been known to do is grab a Post-it and that will keep them together. So just a little tip. So now we're going to switch it the other way. And we're going to line up the top corner in the ditch and the bottom corner in the ditch. And we're going to close this and cut the opposite way. And just pull off our post it, no big deal. So many of you liking and sharing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm really glad you could all join me. All right, so now we have got our 4 triangles from our Piece of Designer series paper, like this. Okay. Now what we want to do is take 2 of our triangles and flip them so that we have coordinating patterns just like this. Now, you can also mix and match. If you wanted to bring in another color, you could just swap these out and bring in a red or something like that. I'm going to leave these patterns as is for this project. And what you're going to do is line these up on our basic black layer, just like this. And then we're going to glue them down. Now, I'm going to use liquid glue for this. I know you're shocked because I always use my seal. But because we've got these diagonal pieces we want to line up, I want to be able to move these around if I need to. So I'm going to glue these down. Now, while I'm gluing these down, I think it would be really fun to do our get to know you questions. Who is excited for our get to know you questions? I know Robin loves them. She's always reminding me of them, and I love that you do that, Robin. Thank you so much. So, our get to know you questions. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. So, the first get to know you question I have is, what is your biggest challenge when you are stamping? What is your biggest challenge when you are stamping? So would love it if you share in the comments, what is your biggest challenge when stamping? And what's really cool about these get to know you questions is that we get to see kind of what other people are saying too, and you may be able to help each other out. Also, you're going to give me lots and lots of ideas for how to be your creative coach and help you, and ideas and tips for my upcoming videos and lives and blog posts. So I'm seeing color combinations, creative mojo, ideas. Yes, that's a hard one. Getting it straight and inked right. Lighting. Oh, Betty, I've got ideas for that. Matching colors of cardstock. Yeah, that can be a real doozy. That's why I love Stampin' Up. It totally takes the guesswork out of matching because everything color coordinates. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It makes it so easy. Figuring out what paper goes with what. Yeah, that's hard. Not getting ink all over my hands. Well, I don't know if I can help you there, Robin. I think I end up with ink on my hands all the time, especially if I'm using red. I come down and John's like, what's going on up there? Were you bleeding? It's like, no, I was just using my real red ink. You always know a stamper because we've got ink on our hands, right? Okay. What else do we have? Figuring out what paper goes with what. Getting sentiment straight. Yes, that's difficult. Not always very easy to get those sentiments lined up straight. Okay, so we're going to do a little stamping now, and I have got my stamp from Christmas to Remember, and I'm going to help some of you about getting your stamps lined up right now, actually. We are using Memento Black ink tonight. Real easy. Really, really easy. I wanted to make this card class so that any stamper could do this class. And we're just going to stamp our sentiment here. It says, friends like you make this season special. So, for getting your sentiment straight, and I know a lot of you are probably talking about the singular line sentiments, but One little tip when I'm using a punch that I like to do is stamp the sentiment first on the scrap, and then I can move the punch around to where I want it instead of punching first and then trying to fit the sentiment on it. If you stamp first and then move the stamp around, that makes it way, way easier to get everything straight and lined up the way you would like it. Sue says, inky hands means you are having fun. And you know what? I love this comment. Inky hands means you are having fun. I totally agree with you. Susan is late, but that's okay. Better late than never, Susan. That's what I say. That's the cool thing about these lives is you always get to watch the replay. Okay, now I've got some linen thread here, and I'm just going to cut a piece of this off. I don't need a big piece. All we're doing is making a bow, and I hope I cut enough. With a $50 order, you'll get the free card kit, and I'll throw in a free spool of this linen thread. Linen thread is by far my most used ribbon in my stash. I use it for everything. I love the natural texture of it. I go through so much of this stuff. In fact, I think I've got always 2 extra packs on hand because I never ever want to run out. So you can never have too much linen thread, and I love it so much I will throw it in for free with a $50 order. All right, now I have tied a bow in this thread, and what we're going to do is just tuck this behind our sentiment layer. So I'm going to grab a glue dot to glue it to my card front. Now I'm not putting this in the center. I'm just kind of putting it off a little bit north and to the west. Listen to that. So a little bit up and to the left. And it's going to kind of go behind my sentiment just like this. And actually, let me zoom in a little bit on this because I want you to be able to see this. There, I think this will help. So you can see it's just going to be peeking behind my sentiment like that. And I'm trying to get this lighting, but now that it's getting dark, lighter, or earlier, it's Wisconsin. So having those struggles, I probably need to get a little bit more lighting in here. Okay, we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to put 1 in each corner here. We're going to put this on the card front. So thank you everyone for sharing your biggest challenge when stamping with me. This is really helpful because then I know what tips and tricks to make sure to kind of call out as I'm doing my videos and my stamp classes. It helps me even to design my stamp classes for all of you guys. Ladies, I should say, I think, because you were all ladies who commented. All right, just going to trim the edges of that a little bit. And now we're ready to put our card front layer on the front. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals here. Are we ready for my next get to know you question? I've got 3 of them for tonight. Let's peel these off. What do you think? Do we want another get to know you question? All right, so I've got dimensionals here, and I am just going to pop that up in the center of the card. And look how gorgeous this is. Oh my gosh, this is like the simplest card, but it is so pretty. Absolutely stunning and super easy to make. Now we've got this inside layer, and we are going to stamp on it. Here from the same Christmas to Remember stamp set, we've got the sentiment that says Merry Christmas. So for those of you who said that you have a hard time getting the sentiment straight, that is a challenge that all of us stampers face. One thing I like to do before I stamp is practice, and then I kind of get an idea of how straight it is on my block. So what I'm going to do is just stamp this in the center. There we go. There's nothing super fancy about this. It's just says Merry Christmas, and it's just going on the inside of our layer. I've got my seal. If you are a tape runner kind of stamper, Seal or Seal Plus works great for this. And this is just very simple, but absolutely beautiful. I love the colors. And there are a number of different designer series paper that this would work for. Pretty much all of our designer series paper. So if you weren't making a Christmas card, you could very easily make a birthday card or just a thank you, and it would work really, really well. So let's do this again and see how another pattern works out. Okay, so here we go. Let's watch again. We've got another square, and remember the size of this is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And we're going to line up our 2 corners into the ditch and cut. And remember my little tip. Oh, Luann says, did you forget your question? I got distracted, girl. You caught me. Huh. I get distracted so easy. Okay, are we ready? My second question that I thought of while I line this up to cut, I would love to know, how did you find me online? How did you come to find my page or my videos? I would love to hear that, all the different ways you found me. And I have one more question after that. Hopefully we'll have time tonight. Okay, so then we're going to line up our opposite corners and cut. Thank you for the reminder, Luann. I would have totally kept right on gabbing and forgot. So how did you come across my stuff online? I'm dying to know. All right. So now here's where the magic happens. Actually, let's get our, so we don't have to move it around so many times. Here's where the magic happens. We've got our first pattern, and then we flip to our second. And by the way, if you want to do it the opposite way, you can certainly do it however you want. It doesn't matter which ones you flip. I think I like these big ones flipped, so that's what we're going to do. Sharon says, oh my gosh, saw you on Facebook. You just popped up on my Facebook. Awesome. Awesome. So many of you found me because your friends shared with me and that's what I love. I love that we can all connect together and have this community and this fun every Monday. So I love that. All right. We're going to glue these down. Our liquid glue. So you'll see me use a variety of glues. And so for those who are wondering about our different adhesives, I especially like the liquid glue when I know that I might need to kind of finagle my piece a little bit. The liquid glue is really forgiving if you need to shift your layers to straighten them out or something along those lines. And so when I'm doing something that I might not get perfect or need to do a little finagling, out comes the liquid glue. So even though I love my Stampin' Seal, and you all know I love my Stampin' Seal because You can hear angels singing when you use it. It's so darn smooth. I always have a bottle of liquid glue on hand. In fact, I have every adhesive for Stampin' Up. I use them all for different reasons. And most all of them, I think, except for the Seal Plus, is in my amazing adhesive pack that you can add on when you order one of my classes or when you are in my monthly budget club. So I use all the adhesives. Oh, Susan says I compete with Dancing with the Stars. I know. And I also compete with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette when that's on. Oh my gosh, and that's I'm really thankful for DVR for those purposes. Although most of the time, pretty soon here, it'll be like Hallmark 24/7 in my stamp room for all those fun Christmas movies that I love to watch on Hallmark. All right, so let's do our sentiment again. One of your awesome videos on YouTube. Oh, Julie, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. You just made my whole night. All of you ladies are so kind and so sweet. I always tell my husband when I'm done, I'm like, my stamping friends are the best. I have so much fun always doing my live. I really love connecting with everyone every Monday when I'm live, and these get to know you questions I think have been super, super fun. All right, so here we go. Now you'll see that this sentiment is not straight. It's kind of angled down in the corner, but that's okay because when I go to punch, I'm just gonna adjust my punch so that it looks straight. So I didn't stamp it straight. You can even see that my punch wasn't straight here on my paper. I didn't stamp it straight, but because I stamped first and punched after it was stamped, then I can make sure that that sentiment is straight in the middle of my punch. So for those that struggle with the straight sentiments, again, just that tip for you. All right, so I'm going to tie my bow, and I'm going to do this a little slower this time because I always get to gabbing, and I know that it's hard sometimes to see this piece or this process when I'm talking with all of you. So I tie this like I tie my shoes when I'm tying a bow in a strip of thread. Now there are bow jigs and bow tying tools out there. You definitely can use those as well. I find it's a little bit easier when I tie bows the way I'm going to show you now to pull and tug on those loops and ends to get the size the way I would like it to be. So again, just like I'm tying my shoe, I make, what do they always say? Like they make a loop and then the bunny goes around the tree and through a hole or something like that. I never really learned that rhyme, but that's the way I do it. So I make a loop and then I wrap this around my fingers here as I'm holding the loop, and I push the next loop through and I grab it just like I'm tying my shoes. And then when I do it this way, like I said, it's really easy for me to just tug on the loops and make them bigger like this, or you tug on the ends and make those loops smaller. Now, if this one gets a little twisted, it's okay. Although ironically, this is the time that it's okay to have a twisted loop, and I don't. I have the most perfect, beautiful looping bow you'll ever see. But it's okay if it does twist or it's not perfect because it's going behind our sentiment. And I know it seems weird to say behind the sentiment, but that's like a thing. That's a thing in our catalog. It's a when you look through our annual catalog, a lot of the cards have loops, or let me see if I can find one here. Have bows behind the sentiment. And it looks really nice. Like here's one right here. I just found it on the third page I went to. There's a bow behind the sentiment, and it's very in right now, I would say, and really, really nice. So, ooh, Kathy is watching On Vacation in Gatlinburg. You know what, Kathy? That is on John and Mai's bucket list as a new place to go. We really love to go UTV riding. And I have heard that there are some really nice UTV trails out there. So that's a place that we would like to travel and visit. All right, so I'm taking that mini glue dot so that I can secure that bow onto my base, and then we just pop up our sentiment over the top of it like so, and then you'll trim your edges of your bow loop. So as I'm doing this, I have one more get to know you question. If you guys are up for it, love one more get to know you question. Let me grab my water here. I'm like talking and talking and talking, and of course it makes me thirsty. Okay. My third question is, what is your favorite Stampin' Up! Color? And I'm going to ask you to limit it to our current colors because I only have current colors. So I would love to know of our current Stampin' Up! Colors, any of them that are current right now in our color groups. What is your favorite Stampin' Up! Color? Okay, I just trimmed those ends. All right, let's get we've got our inside layer. Let's get our card base ready here. Fold that and burnish it. I need my bone folder, which I totally lost. That's another thing. I've got like 4 bone folders because I always want to have one at my fingertips. Let me grab it. Oh, what do we got? Blackberry Bliss. Love that one. Rich Raspberry, Misty Moonlight, Evening Evergreen Carol. Oh man, that one has me. I love that one. Cinnamon Cider 2. Love, love, love it. Ooh, Kathy, Crushed Curry and Cajun Craze. You know, I don't know that I've heard Crushed Curry or Cajun Craze as a favorite. I love that. Flirty Flamingo. That one's super pretty. They're all gorgeous, of course. They're Stampin' Up. They really, truly pick out, I mean, they have such an eye for colors and tones, and it's just amazing. Okay, here we go. Testing. Yep, pretty good. Sometimes my dry run goes better than my actual stamping, but that's why we have 2 sides to our paper. Ooh, pretty good. Cherry Cobbler. It's gorgeous. I use Cherry Cobbler a lot. I was just talking to my friend Jody the other day, and I said, you know, I think I use the colors in the Regals the most. I had, where did I put my, here we go. I had a friend ask me what colors I recommended, and I said, you know, I think I use the Regals the most. But that's all depends on your style and what you're drawn to. Okay, so we are putting this on the inside. Oh, you know what? I just found out before I went live tonight, there is a sale coming up on Wednesday. A flash sale on Wednesday. So, if you are going to order so that you can get this card kit for free, you may want to wait until Wednesday. Because on Wednesday, all of the cling stamps, except the host set, in the annual catalog, not the holiday catalog, the annual catalog that came out last summer, every cling stamp in there except the host sets is 15% off on Wednesday only. I almost forgot to tell you about that. I was looking at my notes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to tell them about this right now. Yes, Betty, that was you. Every cling stamp set in the big catalog, in this one, except the host set, the cling, so not the photopolymer, the ones that say cling. So like this one says cling stamps. All of them that say cling stamps are 15% off for one day only on Wednesday. And so here, this is the card kit that you get for free with a $35 order. For free with a $35 order, you will get the punched layer, the card base, and the matting to make 8 cards. You'll also get the inside layer all cut for you to make 8 cards. They will come in a nice pre-cut package. With a $35 order, you'll get this set for free. And while supplies last, I will also throw in a quarter pack of my Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper, a 6x6 pack of that paper for free with a $35 order. When you place a $50 order, I will also throw in a spool of linen thread. You have to use my host code, which is on the bottom of the screen here, in order for that card kit. And you have to place the order by next week. Sunday is the last chance to place that order. So here, I'm going to let you see. Okay, so there we go. Free card kit. With a $35 order, you get the card kit to make 8 cards plus a quarter pack of the Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper. With a $50 order, you get the kit, the quarter pack of paper, and the linen thread. On Wednesday, there is a stamp sale, 15% off cling stamps. So if you order on Wednesday, you will get more for your money because you'll get 15% off as you are working towards getting this $35 order for your kit or the $50 order for the kit plus the linen thread. I see a question here. Will they take 15% off if the stamps are part of a bundle? That is a great question, Sue, and I am going to look and find that out as soon as I am done with this live. Well, I might have to ask demonstrator support tomorrow, but I will find out for you, Sue. Absolutely, I will find out and I will let you know. And I will send an email with all of the details. If you're not on my email list, go to my website, www.rosegrunwald.com, so you don't miss any of my promos. And I will send an email with all the details there. I will also post it right here on this Facebook page. I'll post the details tomorrow, and I will specifically find out the answer to that question. That is a great question, and I read about it before I came on here, trying to be prepared, and you asked a question that they did not address. So, great question. I will find out for you. All right, so you do not want to miss out on the free class. See, aren't these cute? Do you love them? And you have to place your order under my host code, and you have to place it by Sunday to qualify. So by Sunday to qualify, and you have to use that host code that's on the screen. To shop with me, you just go to www.rosegrunwald.com, and across the top it says shop. Otherwise, I've got a link in my description. So, okay, how do I, here we go. Wow, oh my gosh. Let's move this light out of your way. That's it. That's what I have for you. These adorable cards. You get the card kit. Super excited to roll that out. Super excited about the upcoming flash sale. I will post details. I'll make it my mission first thing tomorrow morning to post that on the Facebook page. I'll also be sending out an email. So glad all of you could join me tonight. Thank you so much. Thanks for playing along with my getting to know you questions. I have so much fun going back and reading all of your comments after I'm done. Again, for those who are new to my channel, I am live every Monday at 7 Central Time. We have a lot of fun together, and I love to teach you new things and inspire your card making. So I hope you can join me right here next time. And if Monday night doesn't work for you because you're watching Dancing with the Stars, you can always watch the replay and get in on all the fun then too. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you right here next week. Same place, same time. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone.